Hello, and welcome again to another edition of Between Two Foxes. Today we're in the Student Investment Center, where I have the pleasure of speaking with Tyler Street, Senior Class President, proud member of the Class of 2024, and a finance major with an accounting minor. Tyler, it's great to have you here with me today.
Thank you for having me today.
I had a chance to meet with you and your mother and your sister over family weekend. I understand that your mother really wanted you to come to Marist College, but you initially weren't so sure. So tell us what that thought process was like and how you ultimately became a Red Fox.
Well, coming from a long way, all the way from California, it's a very big journey coming from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast. But my mom was very encouraging in that be a new start and new opportunity for me. And so I came to check out the school and I fell in love with it.
So Tyler, you've had some great experiences here. In addition to being senior class president this year, junior class president last year, you studied abroad in London. You have had internships with Amazon in Sacramento, Goldman Sachs in Chicago, and now you've got a full-time job coming up with Goldman in New York. You've described that you've had not one education here at Marist, but 3 different educations. Can you talk about what you mean by that?
Well, when I say that, I mean the academics, so the classroom setting, as well as the career opportunities that the school offers, career services, as well as the programs such as Bait Alpha Psi that helped me get to where I am today. The third option would be the cultural experience, so the study abroad programs that it offers, as well as the student life and the extracurriculars.
I often talk about students spend 15 hours in the classroom, which is what you think of when you think of higher education, but you have 153 other hours in every week, and you've really put almost all of those to great use, it seems. So what was your favorite place to travel to while you were studying abroad in London?
I probably would have to say what would have been Paris. I mean, they say it's the city of love, but you really just fall in love with the city. I mean, whether you're going down the Champs-Élysées and seeing the Arc de Triomphe, or you go stop by and check out the Mona Lisa at the Louvre. I mean, it's quite an experience to have the opportunity to travel to 12 different countries, 14 cities. So I really got to become exposed with the cities and the countries of Europe, and it was quite amazing.
Being a president clearly is a theme with you because you're also the president of the Greystone Fund, which is an amazing hands-on learning experience that we have here at Marist. So tell us a little more about what that entails and why it's so special for our finance students.
Well, simply the Greystone Fund is part of the school's endowment. So a portion of the school's endowment is given to us to be fully 100% invested by the students. So it's 100% student run, overseen by Professor Haughey, who has years of experience on Wall Street and in finance. And so he helps lead the class and organize us. But simply, we put in companies, we take out companies, we even rebalance them. So sometimes putting more emphasis on one sector and putting less on another. But it's pretty much tracked by the S&P 500, so we try to stay very similar. And thus far, we've done very well with the fund over the years.
Are you beating the index?
Currently, just slightly shy, but
all right, we got some time. We got some time yet to make that up.
We're hoping for a better year.
Excellent. So as you know, now is the time that we move to a lightning round. Are you ready for that?
Well, hold on. I think actually I have a question for you.
Okay.
So the class of 2024 and the rest of the school has asked me to ask you the questions. So if you don't mind flipping the scales, would you partake?
So as a representative of the class of 24, they want you to ask me questions. I can't say no to that. You're seniors. You've earned the right to break the rules. So let's do it.
All right. Are you ready to start the lightning round?
Well, I think I'm committed. So let's go.
All right. Starting off with number 1. How many stocks are in the S&P 500? A, more than 500, B, less than 500, or are there exactly 500 stocks in the S&P 500?
Wow, it's a trick question, I'm sure. I'm going to go more than 500. I think there's like 503.
Oh, you'd be correct. You're right on the dot. 503
is really?
Correct. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. 503.
Wow. It's all downhill from here.
All right. Number 2. If market rates are 8%, and you loan your brother-in-law $10,000 at a 6.5% rate, you should 1. Purchase a credit default swap, 2. Invest a comparable amount in an index mutual fund to cover the difference, 3. Insist on Equifax report, or 4. Have your head examined.
Wow. So option 2, I'm kind of chasing my losses there with another investment. That doesn't sound wise. Option 4, get my head examined. Well, I'm lending money to my brother-in-law, so I think that one's definitely true. So I'm going to go with A and D. I'm gonna purchase a swap to hedge my losses.
You're going to protect yourself with that credit default swap.
I am.
I would choose the same thing if I were in your position as well. So,
2 for 2.
Question 3: which of the following is a financial acronym? ATF, ETF, WTF.
Oh, it's not WTF, and I think we know why. So it's ETF, Exchange Traded Fund.
That is correct. Now, going with my last one for you. What piece of financial advice would you give to every Red Fox here, whether they be a freshman or soon to be graduating senior?
Okay, piece of financial advice. So most important is to save and to start saving at an early age. Save and invest because you'll take advantage of the power of compounding. You'll learn financial discipline around balancing income and expenses. And it's never too early to start saving for the future, for unforeseen events, for retirement, for your kids' college education, for a house, whatever it might be. So never too early to save.
Since I can't stump you, seems like I'm going to have to bring in the big guns. I'm going to bring in Professor Haughey, head of the Investment Center, to come ask you a couple bonus questions.
Oh, wow. Excellent.
Hi, Tyler.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good, good. So what's the story?
Well, the story is I've been asking him questions. He seems to be getting every single one of them right. So I had to bring in you to ask him a quick one.
Okay, well, maybe an easy one. So what happens to bond prices if interest rates go up?
Interest rates go up, bond prices go down.
Interest rates go up, bond prices go down most of the time.
Most of the time. Okay, so I was mostly right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think we got time for one more for him.
More. Okay, if Marist was a stock, what would its ticker be?
Oh, wow. Well, it depends. If it is on the New York Stock Exchange, it would be FOX. If we're on the NASDAQ, it would be RDFX, because we got to have a fourth letter in there.
Very good.
Oh,
Very
wow.
good.
Look at that.
Thanks
See you in
so much.
class.
Good to see you.
Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Good to
Bye.
see you. All right, Tyler, thanks for being with me here today. That was a lot of fun. I hope you have a great final semester here and your fellow seniors do as well. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us on another edition of Between Two Foxes.